Hey everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome back to another build video. Today we're going to be trying to recreate a real house in The Sims 4. Last time I tried to recreate a build in The Sims 4, I did it with base game only, and today I think I'm gonna use both cats and dogs and base game, and that's it, because we have that roof tile texture on the wall and we only have that in cats and dogs, so I thought I would do like a base game plus sort of build. So I think we'll start with like the general shape of the house, which for as far as I can see is probably just a square. So let's place that down, and then on this side of the house there's a tiny little thing like this, and then there's a chimney on this side too. Then we have a second floor, which is also just a square, and the chimney continues all the way up here. I think maybe I'm gonna make it one smaller. I don't want this to be like the biggest house ever. So then to the front we have a porch and a pretty decently sized foundation. And then to the other side of the house there's like a garage or something. I can't really tell if it's like connected to the house or not, but I don't think it is, so I'm just gonna build that over here somewhere. Okay, let's do the roof. It has kind of an interesting roof because it has two of these gabled roofs, but then one of them is a different height. It's kind of like this. Do we make it one smaller? I think we might. That's not really it either. It's like this one is supposed to be a lot lower in angle. Is this it? I think this one sticks out more to the top. I think maybe it's something similar to this. How does that look with a roof trim? Better, honestly. So the roof trim is kind of like a beige sort of color. The chimney does stick out a lot, but I think I'm gonna replace this with a half wall. A really tall half wall. So I can put another chimney piece in there. It's kind of like this thing. That's perfect. That's exactly what it's supposed to look like. And then we have another little gabled roof over here. Then I think we have something like this on top of the porch. And then a gabled roof over here. I think the roof is a little bit lighter in color. Can't really see very well what kind of texture it is, but I'm guessing it's the same kind of texture that's also on the wall. So then it's just the messy one. But I don't know if you have a lighter color in that. And I don't want to keep it like this because this just looks like I forgot to paint the roof. Maybe these then. Or these could work maybe. We don't really have the right color in any of these. I'm gonna stick with this for now, but maybe I'll change it later once everything is in place. Let's see if we can do the foundation. The porch has a different foundation than the rest of the house, but I don't know if I can do that. I can! I think it's something like this. This might be closest to what it's supposed to be. No, not at all, actually. This is closest to what it's supposed to be. It's like a really warm wooden tone. So I think this is what we're looking for. And then the rest of the house just has a brick. Technically one without the little wooden lining, but I don't think we have that. Also, we really don't have the right color either. I don't know if full on brick was really what I was going for. Do we want the gray maybe? I know that's not what's actually on the house, but the bright red is also not what is actually on the house. So I feel like this at least looks the best. And then we want pillars. I think these are kind of our only options, and I don't think the pillars in the pictures are made of a stone texture material. So I think I'm gonna go for these. I think these might be the closest to what it's supposed to be. Okay, so I have placed the pillars and the stairs, and I also moved everything over one square because I realized that was actually what was happening. The roof and the stairs come all the way to the corner, so that is what I did. And now we have to place a fence. And this is where it's gonna get hard because I'm pretty sure that the cats and dogs fence is exactly the right shape, but it does not have the right color. In the picture it has this really rich brown color, kind of the same as the stairs are. But of course, we don't actually have that in the game. So I either have to choose a different fence, which is probably even going to be hard to find that color at all, or I just have to have a different color. We have this fence, which has the right color, which is not the right shape. But I think I'd rather just have the right color. Do we have another one that has that same color swatch? I don't really think so. No, I honestly think that's it. That's the only one that has that kind of like warm, light wooden swatch. This is gonna be so weird in The Sims, I just realized. Because all these colors just don't seem to match in the game. Like, I desperately want to change the color of the pillars to maybe like a black so it matches with the foundation. That would look so much better. Am I allowed to do that? I might have to get back to that later. Let's also really quickly put a roof on our garage. Looks a little sad over here. There we go. Okay, so then let's paint the house. Maybe that will help. Because that's going to be kind of like the same beigey color. So maybe then everything will match a little better. I think it's pretty much this, right? Although it doesn't have the corners. So it's this. That's it. That's not the best color in The Sims. Then let's see. We want like a red kind of roof tile texture on the wall. I think we should try to put like a little barrier between the two. I think that looks a lot better. Actually, if you change the time of day, the shingled walls look a lot more bright and red-ish. Like in this light, it looks a lot closer to the picture. Except for maybe the roofs, which I really feel like I should change now. Like, this is so much better. Do I just go with the default swatch? It gives me this feeling of unfinished. But it is kind of what is happening. Maybe we do go for these pillars. They match a little bit more with the roof trim. And that might just look a tiny bit better. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, I think that looks better. So then what? What's next? Windows, doors, probably? So let's see. Do we have a door that looks like that? It's that same like warm wooden color. It's kind of like this, but then with the white. Of course, we don't have that. But this might be an option. Because at least it's the right color. I think this is the best option that we have. And then let's see for windows. This might be difficult because they have like a beige outlining and a red inside. And I don't think we have anything like that in the game. I think the cats and dogs windows are really the best option that we have. I think just something like this is pretty close. And then up here we have two bigger windows in the middle and then two smaller ones on the side. I'm just gonna filter on cats and dogs for now. Two taller ones in the middle and then two smaller ones on the side. Is that kind of it? The middle ones should be bigger though. Do we go for like two of these in the middle? Those look so small in this house. But is this it? Like, is this better? Maybe. I think maybe that's it. From the looks of it, there's like a tiny little window over here. And then another set of windows on here. And another little window right there. That's a weird window placement, but that's really what I'm seeing. I think this roof needs to be a little less tall. And then scoot this one over a little bit. And then the other side of the house, we kind of have to imagine because we literally cannot see it. I think I'm just going to keep it flat, especially because there's a garage next to it too, which I might do first, to be honest. Let's do something like that. And then I don't even know if we have a door like that, like a really big door, like a garage door. It might just be something like this, which is not really garage. Although, would this look better? Like none of this really makes it a garage. No, I think I'm just going to go for this. I think maybe we have a garage door and debug, but I don't really feel like pulling the whole debug menu up at the moment, to be honest. So I'm just gonna do these doors, which I think are kind of pretty anyway. Also, I'm now noticing that this whole like roof tile wall doesn't go all the way around. I think what is actually happening is that there's like some vertical wooden planks going around the house. I mean, it's annoying that this is not the same color, but I'm pretty sure we don't have another alternative that looks better. I mean, we could do this, but that's a little too rustic. We have this actually. Wait. That's much better. That's much better. Cats and dogs is like perfect for this house. Yeah, that's still not the same color, but I think I can live with it. Okay, so windows, right? Windows on this side. Something like this, maybe? So in the back, I made like a similar little porch to the front. And again, placed some windows. And then I think I want like a little backyard. I don't know. I can't figure this one out. Maybe this kind of works? Or do we just want like the beige wooden fence all around? Maybe. I think that's it. I think just the beige fencing around it. And then let's make the driveway. We don't really have a good color for that. Do we paint it? I think maybe we need something a little bit more rustic, which we might only get if we use like a paint of some sort. This kind of goes with the vibe. Yes, that's much better. And then a little rounded path goes up to here. I'm terrible with terrain paint, I'm sorry. It's kind of like that. Let's see if I can clean it up a little bit. Is that it? I think that's it. Also, the grass is a little bit dry in the picture, so maybe we can put some of that around the place. Just a little bit. Okay, and then we also still need some flooring for the porch, which I have no idea what that is going to be. Probably just something like this, right? Something simple. And then a tiny bit of landscaping. There's honestly not that much. I'm first gonna put a tree next to the house because to the left there seems to be a tree there. Some sort of tree. I don't even know what tree. I literally never use trees, but there's so little landscaping, I just feel like I should. Okay, that's an option. It's so sad. Should we match it to the rest of the neighborhoods? Like, do I go in with something like this? That's not taller than the entire house, is it? But that's just not the right color. This maybe. That's the right color at least to match with the rest of the neighborhood. That might be it. I think that's it. Okay, and then we want more terrain paint because there's basically like a dirt patch going all around the house. I think this is like completely covered in plants. This little bit. So at least we can do some landscaping over there. We also still need some windows on the garage. And maybe a door to the back wouldn't be terrible. There we go. And then plants. We want plants. I can't decide if that's just like looks overgrown or like a nicely kept garden. I think it looks a bit overgrown. Let's remove some stuff. I went a little bit overboard, admittedly. That better? I think that's a little better. And then at the front, there's like just some tiny little plants. So let's just do some of these. I'm pretty sure they don't go all the way around the house, but I'm just gonna pretend because I want something, just something. Okay, so final touches on the house. There's some little roof accessories going on. I don't think I can fully recreate the wooden pieces on the roof, but I can just put something like this down, so at least there's something there. And then there's also some lanterns on the front porch, and I think these lanterns from cats and dogs match pretty well, so let's place 2 of those. And then I think that's it. So I think I actually got pretty close to the original picture. There were some colors that I kind of couldn't find an equivalent of in The Sims, but we matched everything pretty closely. I think I definitely got the overall vibe of the house down, and we did pretty well with all of the different textures on the walls. I'm going to again leave the interior of the house for a future build challenge video. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that. And also don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye everyone!